50 KTRS. Don't look now, but real estate is heating up, and good thing we got Kathy Helbig here, our real estate guru, to help us out with all this. She, of course, part of the Kathy Helbig Group, 18 years in the business, St. Louis County, St. Charles County, co-owner of Keller Williams Realty West. Good morning, Kathy Helbig.
Good morning, guys.
Why do we really need an agent today? Things are going so good. We don't really need an agent today.
Right. We hear that every once in a while. We had a client recently call and ask if we cut our commission because he found a house online. And,
right.
And the funny thing is that transaction has been the most hairy transaction that we've had this year. So people often think that finding the house is the hardest part, and actually that's usually the easiest part. So, but now more than ever, you know, we have people that are just starting to look online. And we've talked about before that that's not always the most accurate data.
Right.
So, you know, with that being said, we've got that issue, number one. But number two, not all of the properties are out there. So in a market like we're experiencing right now, we're selling things before they hit the MLS. If they're not in the MLS, then they're usually not online either.
Right.
So the agents are networking among themselves. And we have our own little internal sites that we're swapping coming soon properties on. So we are finding that if we can get on there ahead of time, we're putting buyers in houses before the public knows about it. So if you think that you're going to just dabble online and find that dream home, it's probably already going to have 4 or 5 contracts on it. Or you're just not going to find that home because it's never made its way to the public.
So you've got to navigate what's the best option for the buyer or the seller. Do you want to try and go after this house that hasn't hit the market yet? Or do you want to wait to see if it goes on? I mean, there's a lot of different variables when it comes to all of this.
You never want to wait. I mean, we've sold some recently that we've sold sight unseen on a coming soon property.
How does a buyer buy something sight unseen?
They give us a great contract, so that way we're not putting it public, and then they have the first right to go in and do their inspections and so forth. So, you know, there's something specific that they want in a specific school district or a street that they just don't care. I mean, we're seeing people take off contingencies for the inspection altogether. We're seeing finance contingencies being waived. Like it's a crazy, fierce market. So you got to do what you got to do to get in there and get the house.
And it works. I was going to say it works both ways when it comes to buyers needing a realtor, but sellers, I can't imagine selling. This is the biggest investment you're going to make your whole life, and not having a professional doing it. There's no way I would want to do it
You're
myself.
going to put yourself at such a huge disadvantage, especially in a market like this. And we're in this little weird window. So if you're even thinking about selling, do not wait until you clean your house and you've got your garage all organized before you pick up the phone and call us. We are matchmaking houses and people right now before they go on the market. So you're putting yourself at a disadvantage if you don't. Start talking to us now so that we can see what your house is like and see if we already have a buyer for it. But then, like you said, Kelly, once we are working with you as a seller, you know, if you're trying to do this yourself, you don't know how to deal with multiple offers. You're going to get yourself in a situation where you might have, you know, a lawsuit because you did a misstep where that's concerned. Then there's backup offers. You know, we're doing 4 and 5 times the amount of work now to get one transaction to go through because you negotiate one contract, then you negotiate 3 or 4 multiple offers. Then somebody wants to come in and do a backup contract. That's a renegotiated all right there. So it's really, really fast moving, but we are setting it up to where the seller pretty much can be assured that they are going to close on the house because you've got 2 or 3 people behind that first one. And then that's really strategic too with the buyers. You can't go in there and beat the seller up on building inspection stuff when there might be 2 or 3 people in line waiting for that house.
There's all the reason why you need Kathy Helbig and the Kathy Helbig Group. 314-276-SOLD. Co-owner of Keller Williams Realty West. You've got a full team.
Yes.
Buyers agents, sellers agents.
Buyers, sellers, marketing agents, stagers, everything you need. Buyer and seller.
And then how's the app going?
The app's great. So download it. Go to the App Store or Google Play, Kathy Helbig Group, and it has all the information of the MLS listings, and then we can also push other coming soons through it.
It's also an app that has accurate information on
Correct.
it, which is why you want it first and foremost, which is why I love it. I was on there last night playing around on it, kicking tires. KathyHelbigGroup.com or 314-276-SOLD. Have a good week.
Thanks, you too.
7:45, traffic, weather,